Hello, everyone. This is Kevin Tate. I am the Service and Inventory Manager of the Northeast region with Donastar Enterprises, and today I will be going over the differences in BIB connectors, whether it's at a site that you're working at as a technician or if you're working at a location that sells fountain beverages. More than likely you will run into needing to use one of these bib connectors. So I'm going to start from the top here. This is your most common bib connector. It's a QCD bib connector. This is the section right here that is going to connect to your bib box. And as you can see right here, this is the plunger that will be pushed into place. Once you connect up to your bib box, you will grab these end tabs right here, and then you will push in until you hear the click. And a thing with these QCD bib connectors, they're built to have an adapter kit connected to them in case you need to use one of the other connectors. And so what you want to do is, if you're not connecting two lines to this fitting, the line that you're not connecting to, so if you have beverage tubing going from this line to your pump, you're going to want to cap off this side here so that the syrup that pumps through doesn't leak out, and you will cap it off with this piece right here, just like so. Make sure that that's on there, and then once you have that on, then you can go ahead and connect up to your bib box, and then press in until you hear the click, and you'll want to make sure that the plunger portion is flush with the two tabs. That way you know you have a good connection to your bib box. A pretty standard thing with these is, if you have to make a change, what I always advise my customers to do is, every time they make a bag change, is to go ahead and have a bucket with warm water and cleaner or sanitizer, and then you can just dump the this bib connector into the solution, swirl it around in the solution, rinse it off, and then go ahead and reconnect. But at least you won't get a lot of buildup around the open area or the plunger area. That buildup sometimes gets in there, and then the connectors end up getting stuck, and it makes it really tough to get them on or off. So you want to make sure you keep these as clean as possible. And a good thing to inspect on these is just to make sure you don't have any cracks or openings in the plunger area or on the barb fitting area. Sometimes you will get damage there, but that's mainly what you would be looking for. And then to make sure that on the syrup side that there's no leakage coming out where the tubing is connecting to the connector itself. So that's your QCD connector, bib connector. The next one I'll go to is the red connector, or more commonly described as the Coke connector. So this is mainly for your Coke products. And this one here it's very simple. It just attaches to your bib box, and then you just twist it on. Okay, you just twist it on like you would a water hose. Okay, so that's a pretty simple one. And then this one here, they all pretty much have the same 3/8 fitting, 3/8 barb fitting on the end. So your beverage tubing will connect to this side, and then you'll connect to your bib box on this side. And with these here, you want to make sure that you're not getting any leaks out of here, because there may be bad, maybe the seal is bad inside or something. But if you're getting leaks out of this section right here, you'll want to keep an eye on it, or if it's getting worse, then you'll want to go ahead and open up a service call with your service provider to come out and replace the bib connector fitting. So that is your Coke fitting. The next fitting I will talk about is the Pepsi fitting. This is the green fitting. They call it the Pepsi fitting. Now these here, the Pepsi fitting and the Coke fitting are not interchangeable. Okay, so you'll have to, if you had a Coke product on your rack and you wanted to switch over to a Pepsi product, you would have to have a technician come out to replace your fittings so that you can go ahead and connect your Pepsi product to your system. So these two are not interchangeable. Okay, these here, the QCD fittings, you can use the green fitting on these bib connector, on these bibs. So these are pretty much interchangeable. I remember a time that a lot of sites were replacing these with the green ones because they were easier to get off, because these are very simple. Also, you have your syrup line connecting to the 3/8 barb fitting, and then you'll go ahead and connect your green side to your bib box and just turn and tighten, and you will feel it once it completes its turn. It'll click for you, or you'll feel a little resistance, and then you don't want to over tighten it. So you have your Pepsi fitting here, you have your red Coke fitting here, and you have your QCD fitting right here. And those are the three common bib connector fittings that you will come in contact with, or that you're probably working with now. Again, you'll want to make sure that you clean those fittings in some type of sanitizing or cleaning or sanitizing solution. Whenever you or your staff completes a bib and they're switching out a bib, if they're switching out a flavor, it's a good practice to just go ahead and clean your fittings, clean the fittings off with some warm water and a cleaning solution. And that's all I have for this. I hope this is helpful. Thank you for watching.